Hello, everyone. I'm Rebecca Lombardo, host of VendorVibes and fractional CMO. Today, I'm here with Jonathan from Topkey. Hello, Jonathan.
Hey, Rebecca, how are you?
Good. Thanks for joining me. So tell me, what is Topkey?
So, what is Topkey? Topkey is a corporate card, expense management, and AP bill pay product designed for and built for vacation rental property managers. So, what that means in a nutshell, I realize it's kind of a mouthful, is we help property managers streamline their financial operations and we help them close their books faster. We do that through a set of products that essentially allow them to save time because everything is connected and integrate all of the financial data that they accrue, either from cards or from bill pay, to both their accounting software, so like QuickBooks or Xero or Sage, and separately through a direct integration to their PMS, where they're typically doing their trust accounts. And so we integrate to systems like Guesty, Track, and others. And basically the idea being, rather than having your team spread thin and trying to track everything across all these different systems, we consolidate that and we help them push transactions directly to the right places to really save the finance team's time. And that's, like, in a nutshell, what we do at Topkey.
So I'm going to ask what makes you guys unique or special, but there's also things that I'm sure are like popular questions that you guys get, and certain things that are unique to you. So I would love to know what makes you guys special, but also, what kind of unique situation you're in right now.
Yeah, so there's a few things I would say that makes us relatively unique in the market. And the first thing is that, we all work with credit cards. We all have companies that have teams where you're making purchases. What's unique about Topkey, for one, is that we, in the flow of a transaction, will allow and trigger texts that go directly to your cardholders. So the minute a transaction is made, your maintenance person or your person in the field will get a text that has information that you can then fill in. So they can upload a receipt, they can assign it to a property, they can even split a transaction across multiple properties. And then all that data can then go directly to the right PMS statement where the owner statement's being pulled. So basically that process, which previously was taking hours at the end of the month and maybe potentially risking a lot of spend that wasn't being attributed back to the properties, that process can essentially be consolidated and taken care of at the point of transaction. So that's one thing. The other thing that I would say is unique about Topkey is that we have, through our partner bank, a relationship to where we can offer up to 4.2% APY on funds held on deposit. And what that allows for managers to do is take advantage of higher yield to basically push that back into their business. So you can earn interest that otherwise maybe you're not eligible for with your local bank. And of course, that process really allows managers to optimize their financial system and save money, or earn money. So those are two things I would point out. The third thing is just, we really understand and we built Topkey to be native to vacation rental managers. So we have a lot of functionality that's very specific to our users. You can track things and assign them to inventory. You can push transactions directly to a work order via your PMS, or even create a work order in Topkey. So we're building the product to be very purpose-built for our sector. And I think that's what has allowed us to grow and bring on a lot of some of the better and more well-known managers in our industry.
Excellent. So is there a prerequisite to working with you? I know you mentioned having a PMS in place. Do I have to have that? Do I have to have a website?
No, we typically work with companies who are a little bit more established. So what I would say is, like, we're not typically serving an individual Airbnb owner or something like that, or, a property manager with maybe less than 5 or so properties. You got to be incorporated. You got to have an LLC or a C Corp. You don't have to work with a PMS. I would say the vast majority of our customers do. And the, typical customer might have anywhere between, call it 10, 20 to, I think the median customer has like close to like 80 or 90 properties, though we work with companies as large as 400 to 500 units now. So really runs the gamut, but we would and have built Topkey to be much more focused on the larger, more established companies or companies who are growing. So I like to think of it in the context of inflection points. And what I've seen is typically managers start to hit these various points at which the systems start to break, and it's usually around 20 properties, and then it's typically again at around like 80 or 90, where the systems that you were working with, and maybe the team that you have in place, is just not able to really handle all the complexity that starts to emerge when you have that many owners and that many properties. And then again, we typically see it at like around 250 or 300 properties, where you really need more structured systems. And so we built Topkey to be really designed for those stakeholders, and we work really closely with them and continue to add features based on kind of the needs that they would want at that scale.
Okay, and do they have to be based in the United States?
Today, we work with managers in the United States or Puerto Rico. So yes, you got to be in the US to be able to work with Topkey today. Though, we have a pretty robust roadmap that is going to allow us to support broader companies and call the next 6 to 12 months, but still just today, US focused.
Excellent. And is there a client that you could tell me about that's like really happy with you right now? Like, why are they so happy?
Yeah, so there's a couple customers that I would call out. On our website, we have a bunch of logos, and we keep adding more every day. So any of those are great, but the most recent one is a fairly large management company that's on track, and we have integrated with them. And they actually, primarily we work with, they have about 140 properties today, team of about 10 people. What they've told us for the most part is that the integration that we've built is incredibly robust. And the finance team that we work with and their bookkeeping team have said it's just saving them a ton of time, and it's helping them track things more efficiently. And we're even building now the ability for, and we just launched the ability for folks to do like bulk owner payouts, for example. So if you're using the Topkey bank account, you can do a payout directly from directly to those owners in a much more seamless manner. And so, that customer has just given us a ton of positive feedback about that process and about the product as it's been developed. And we've built a lot of the functionality. I call them out because they're relatively newer to the product. I mean, maybe been live for about 4 months now. They've sent us 4 or 5 referrals already, just from either inbound or people reaching out saying, hey, I met with them and they really have found a lot of value. So yeah, I have found that building a product for this type of customer and then really spending a ton of time with them. And our head of CS, Matthew, who sits right here, he will do anywhere between 6 and 10 calls a day. And I'm not exaggerating. We will spend a lot of time with our customers, just getting feedback on the product, understanding what they're liking, giving them support. I mean, so much of what we do is just helping our financial partners like do their job more efficiently. And then we just roll all that feedback back into the product. So it's very iterative. We build in cycles, and we found that process really works well. But especially when you're building for a vertical, having that focus has been really valuable. And to date, we haven't had any churn, and we've been live for over almost 1.5 years, or actually closer to 2 years now. So we're really proud of that. And I think that speaks to the fact that we've spent so much time working with these customers at the early level.
Awesome. Is there any other news that you want to share, or anything else that we didn't chat about?
Yes, so we're really excited to announce that we are officially going to be supporting our customers and allowing them to use their own credit cards in Topkey. So one thing we've heard, we issue credit cards and we offer 1.5% cash back through our Visa cards. But we've talked to a lot of managers who said, hey, I love other cards and we'd like to be able to support those other cards. So we actually now support American Express, which is the first partner that we've teamed up with, and we integrate with them, and we allow you to basically bring in your American Express cards, either corporate or business, use those 5% cashback Amazon cards, or use the 5% Lowe's cards, get Delta Platinum miles, and you get all the same benefits that you would get if you were using the Topkey card. So really excited to announce that, and have been onboarding our customers to that. The second thing I mentioned that we're really excited about is we now support our bill pay product now supports third-party banks. So we are able to work with you on an AP basis, either if you're using our bank or if you're using a third-party bank. So we have been really focused on just meeting customers where they are and like supporting them however they are most, however they most need us. And so one of the reasons that we launched that was we'd heard feedback from customers that, hey, for whatever reason, I still have to use I have to use an external bank account for my trust for paint owners, or, hey, I still love my American Express cards. So that's where we are. We're launching other cards very soon. So we're excited to, we'll have more information there when we go live there. But that's been the focus for us, and what we're excited to tell you about.
That is super exciting. And I have had my American Express card forever. So I'm a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really, really exciting. Well, hey, if somebody listens to this and says, okay, I want to get a hold of these guys and have a chat, what's the best way to reach out to you?
So either sign up on our website or shoot me an email directly, or shoot one of our sales folks an email, and we will get in touch with you. I'm at john@topkey.io, but the website's probably the best way.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time today. It was a pleasure speaking with you.
Amazing. Thank you, Rebecca. Really nice to see you.
Cheers, everyone.